सोगत राय जी ऑफ द हाउस। अन्य मंत्री जी पहले उनको तो बोलने दो, अब आप पूछ लें।
I mean, regarding this, because it would not be my priority. Anyway, it has come. This relates to handing over of Delhi Airport Metro to the Delhi Metro Rail by the Anil Ambani owned Reliance Delhi Metro Company. Now, my quandary is this. On the one hand, I do not want any Anil Ambani-led company to be paid money from the exchequer. On the other hand, because he was involved in Rafale, and on the other hand, the question is the court has ordered that DMRC pay money to Anil Ambani's company as per the arbitration order. Now, I would like to, obviously, there were major faults by the Delhi Metro Authority. One is in drawing up the memorandum of understanding with Anil Ambani led.
आपका प्रश्न क्या है?
सर, अभी सवाल में आ रहा हूँ, एक मिनट, एक सेकंड में. So, I want to know from the Honorable Minister as to whether he has fixed the responsibility for drawing up a faulty contract. And again, it said that there were safety issues. Large number of cracks were there in the Delhi Metro line. Now, have you fixed responsibility for the same, for the faulty contract and the faulty construction? And what action have you taken against those responsible?
Honorable Speaker, sir, I'm somewhat intrigued. The honorable member says that this was not a priority question for him. So the first question that arises is, how does this question become priority number one? But I'm ready to answer it. This was an agreement between two private entities, one legal entity. A concessionaire agreement was entered into between Delhi Airport Metro Express Private Limited and DMRC on 25th August 2008 for running the airport metro line for 30 years. As is well known, the entity which was awarded that contract, because the line in the initial phases was not viable, was looking for an opportunity to exit that arrangement. They said that some civil construction, I'm sorry, I come back to civil aviation, I apologize to my learned friend. Yeah. Some civil construction defects were there. And according to the arrangement entered in, within 90 days of a notice being served, effective steps had to be taken to rectify those defects. And sir, those defects were rectified. The Commissioner for Railway Security certified the line to be perfectly safe for operation, and DMRC operated that line for a long period thereafter. Now, I don't want to continue this beyond a point. Since we are talking about an arbitral award, my answer is very clear. DMRC has already deposited some money, and the issue of the implementation or execution of the arbitral award is before the Honorable Delhi High Court. But let me read out two observations on the arbitral award. I now know it's been subsequently overtaken by event, but this will give the honorable member an idea of what we are dealing with. I'm reading out from page 66 of a 97-page judgment issued by the High Court of Delhi on 15 January 2019. That is where the perversity of the areas issue comes in. And I'll read out para 98. In the light of the aforesaid discussion, we would hold that the impugned award suffers from perversity, irrationality, and patent illegality in the face of the award in the form of confusion and ambivalence as to the termination notice and the date of termination. Most importantly, the arbitral tribunal had ignored and did not consider vital evidence of certification for commercial operations accorded by CMRS while deciding the question of civil structure faults and in holding that no effective steps to cure the defects were taken. Now I read out another sentence. Certification by CMRS was binding and its validity was not capable of submission to arbitration. Cumulative effect of the aforesaid discussion is that the award shocks the conscience of the court. The award shocks the conscience of the court. And one of the learned judges who passed this order is now sitting on the apex court, the Supreme Court. I'll read out another one so that we have no question on what is happening in this case. I am getting excited because I'll come to you that also in a minute. Why I'm getting excited? May I complete this and then I will tell you why I'm getting excited. Because I find it, let me complete this. Let me read out now para 109. We find that the reasoning is completely flawed and perverse and would falter when we supply the principles as held in Associate Builders Supra. Thus, reasoning suffers from the patent illegality, defies logic, and is irrational, which no reasonable person could formulate. This is obvious and patent from the face of the award itself. Honorable Speaker, sir, I'm not aware whether another supplementary has been asked, but permit me to answer the leader of opposition here, sir. If you have a
नहीं, आपको अनुमति नहीं है, इनको दी नहीं मैंने अनुमति, तो आपको अनुमति क्यों दूंगा?
तो मैं इनको फिर अलग से जवाब दे दूंगा कि मैं क्यों एक्साइटेड हो जाता हूं।
जब इनको अनुमति दो तो तब आपकी अनुमति दूंगा। आप
तो वो नाम हमारी तरफ फेंकते हैं, आप तो नाम हमारी तरफ फेंक रहे हैं, आप उनको सपोर्ट कर रहे हैं। आप
सौगत राय जी, सप्लीमेंट्री। सौगत राय जी, माननीय सदस्य
सर, मेरा एक तो छोटा सा सप्लीमेंट्री है। मंत्री जी दिल्ली हाई कोर्ट के ऑर्डर से पढ़ा, लेकिन द मैटर वेंट टू सुप्रीम कोर्ट। सुप्रीम कोर्ट upheld the arbitration order. Now, what is happening is the DMRC, which is government entity, is having to pay rupees 1.75 crores daily as interest. तो मेरा सवाल ये था सर, बहुत सिंपल।
आपका सवाल और इनका जवाब,
हाँ,
दोनों का अगर आंसर देखूं मैं, एक मिनट प्लीज बैठिए, आप भी बैठिए, आप भी बैठिए। आपका प्रश्न और आपका जवाब, आपने कहा ये मामला सब जुडिशियल है, तो डिस्कस होना ही नहीं चाहिए था इस विषय में। है सब जुडिशियल? कैसे नहीं? माननीय मंत्री जी, अच्छा आप बोलिए।
अब मेरी बात सुनिए सर।
मंत्री जी ने जवाब दिया सब जुडिशियल है।
नहीं बोला
मैं, आप पढ़ो जवाब।
क्या है? सब जुडिशियल नहीं बोला।
लिखा है मध्यस्थता के निष्पादन के संबंध मामला वर्तमान में माननीय दिल्ली उच्च न्यायालय के सक्षम है।
सर, आप ये समझने का कोशिश कीजिए कि अभी तक जो ऑर्डर निकला है उसी का अनुसार। मैं तो पूरा बैकग्राउंड, मेरे बात सुनिए ना, थोड़ा धीरज रखिए सर, मैं आपको समझाऊंगा। तो 1.75 करोड़ रोज इंटरेस्ट में देने पड़ेगा, और आर्बिट्रेशन का जो अवार्ड है उसमें बोला 1551 ट्रैक्स कंस्ट्रक्शन में, 367 गार्डर में। मेरा सवाल तो सिंपल है, मेरा सवाल ये नहीं है कि अनिल अंबानी को पैसा मिलेगा कि नहीं। मैं तो नहीं चाहता हूँ उसको कुछ पैसा मिले, लेकिन मेरा सवाल ये है कि कौन रिस्पॉन्सिबल था ये गार्डर में डिफेक्ट के लिए। एक सेकंड मंत्री जी, ना जल्दी मत करिए सर। कौन रिस्पॉन्सिबल था?
सवाल ये
और कौन रिस्पॉन्सिबल था ये फॉल्टी एमओयू ड्राफ्ट करने के लिए, जिसके कारण अनिल अंबानी के कंपनी को ये ऑर्डर मिला?
सर, सांसद महोदय जो सवाल प्रश्न पूछ रहे हैं, मैं आपकी अनुमति चाहूंगा कि उसके बारे में एक दो चीजें बताऊं। 2008 में ये एग्रीमेंट हुआ था, ये 2012 और 13 की बात है। कमिश्नर ऑफ रेलवे सेफ्टी ने सर्टिफाई किया था that all the defects had been completed and there was no faulty contract. Point 1. Point 2, every contract has to be interpreted by the two sides. There was no faulty contract. The defects had to be corrected or effective steps taken within 90 days. That was done. So the issue of any faulty contract which the honorable member is raising is not correct. The honorable member keeps coming to the latest situation. तो हमने जो प्रश्न के उत्तर में हमने बताया है, Delhi Metro Rail Corporation, this is an entity not of the government. It is owned 50% by the central government, 50% by the Delhi government. It is a legal entity whose board has today. It is a legal entity of which Government of India has 50% and Delhi government has 50%. So its board will take the issue.
आप दोनों क्यों डिबेट कर रहे हैं?
Can I complete?
आप अपनी बात
complete करके? They have already deposited 1,678.4 crores in the escrow account. And the matter, I'll read out the final sentence. The matter regarding execution of arbitral award is currently before the Honorable Delhi High Court. And I'm going to add, the Government of India reserves all its rights to ensure that its interests are safeguarded. Thank you, sir.
पर माननीय सदस्य, आपने प्रश्न तो यही पूछा था कि इसका निपटारे में विलंब क्यों हुआ। आप कह रहे हो ना, मैं उनकी पैरवी नहीं कर रहा, पर आपने प्रश्न यही पूछा था कि उनके निपटाने में विलंब क्यों हुआ। ये आपकी जानकारी में रहे। ओके, क्वेश्चन नंबर 20 आपको सप्लीमेंट्री मैंने दे चुका हूं। तीसरी सप्लीमेंट्री का रूल्स नहीं है। क्वेश्चन नंबर 22 के एस सुंदरम। क्वेश्चन नंबर 22 माननीय मंत्री जी।
स्पीकर सर, अध्यक्ष जी, उत्तर सभा पटल पर रखा गया।
माननीय सदस्य।